as much as I would love to do comedy full time, I still think of the bigger picture. I got to come live from my living room on a radio show. So I got to pay for the living room, which means I need, steady employment. I need steady things in my life. So that's one of the reasons why I have always found joy in full-time employment and lack of sleep. There is, but there's just so many layers to being a comic and how you get into the game. And also, there's so many ways that you can become a stand-up comedian, and there's so many things that you can do to have a presence in the comedy industry. Sometimes people are just straight up hosting MCs. They're not hardcore comics who can do a full set, from 30 to 40 minutes to an hour. Sometimes you have individuals who just on the other side of it are very good at creating scripts and acting and executing those things. And so it just varies. You never know what is for you in this industry, but never let anybody talk you out of doing something. If you want to try it, do it. But just know, baby, when you come to this side, there is some things. There are some trials and tribulations. It's not always going to be a victory lap. You are definitely going to be at the finish line, tired, exhausted, and trying to figure out, what am I doing this for? Which kind of brings me to my next subject. Sometimes I question, why do I do stand-up comedy? Why am I on the road? Why do I push myself as much as I push myself? And honestly, for me, I feel that it's an ordained notion. I feel that this is my calling. I feel that God put me here for a purpose, and it's to be funny. Some people feel like they should be artists. Some people feel like they should be singers, songwriters, actors, philanthropists. I literally feel like God put me here to be a jester, if you will. And I love it. I love what I do, because to me, connecting with someone and being able to have them let their guard down with that cloak of, invisibility y'all have on at these comedy clubs, because y'all swear to God, y'all will get dressed, buy an outfit, buy a ticket, and then come look at me like this. I love it. I love being able to break down that guard and get you to laugh, and to get you to laugh at something that I thought was completely funny. And I'm a complete stranger to you. We don't know each other. We're just completely two different individuals in passing. And the fact that I can make complete strangers laugh gives me great joy. So that's why I find myself still doing this, even though sometimes I'm just frustrated. Sometimes I'm tired. As a woman, I wear a lot of hats. I'm an auntie, I'm an entrepreneur, I am a employee, I am, a friend, a sister, a soror, and so trying to balance relationships, trying to balance my personal life, trying to balance everything. Sometimes it's just like, whoo, forget them jokes. I got things to do. But I think this is what I'm doing it for. And I hope that every comedian that is out there on stage, that you take the time to just take care of yourself, because the gift that we have is so impactful and so powerful, but it can drain you. It can make you feel like, I just don't have anything else to give sometimes. So always check in and take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. Mental health is wealth, baby. And so I always encourage my fellow comics that I'm close to, if you ever need somebody to talk to, if you need to cry, vent, whatever, I'm here, because we just have real life experiences happen to us. And for us, a lot of the times we turn that dark, we turn that hurt, we turn that anger into comedy. And I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. It takes a very brilliant person to be able to experience pain and trauma, turn it into something funny, and still relive that trauma as we tell that story on stage. It's a sick and twisted gift, but my God, am I thankful for it? Yes, I am. It's just that ability to live through pain and to see it differently. I grieve differently than most people. I find solace in the strangest things, I think, because of my sense of humor. So as comedians, we touch very dark places. We touch very dark spaces, but being able to maneuver out of them, and be able to bring light to it, I'm telling you, it's amazing. If you just watch within the last year of us going through a pandemic, which we're very much still in. But to see how comedians have flipped that material, even some of their older material, and how comedians have created a whole new genre of comedy just based off the fact that we have been living in total chaos. We are laughing at chaos. And I love it. I love it. I love it. So for me, this is why I do it, because I know that I can flip that narrative, and I just love writing. I love being funny. I love being able to rewrite material, and I just love it. So that's why I do it. And that's what I'm doing it for. What are you doing it for? Gang, gang, gang. Moving on. I have to talk about this since we're on a mental health kick. I recently headlined a club for a weekend, 5 amazing shows, probably one of the biggest payouts I've gotten in a while. And then like the following weekend, I was doing jokes in somebody's backyard. It's the highs and it's the lows. It's the highs and it's the lows. It literally is so much, but I love doing it because even though I love performing at a club and having my name on the marquee, performing in this backyard and having this intimacy of this group of people, it was like you were just kind of holding them in your arms and rocking them with jokes. And I just felt like that was so gratifying to me. Like I love doing it. And it just made me, look at, life in a different perspective. It just really is funny how things work and how the spirit moves through this whole process of comedy. But just because I feel mental health is so important, I did this show, and a part of your ego is like, yeah, I'm doing clubs, I don't want to do a backyard. But then a part of me was like, to even be considered in this group of people in this backyard made me feel so important and so special. And it was just a unique experience, but the love that came from it, the respect I had for my fellow comics, and just the camaraderie that we had throughout that evening, like it just made me look at comedy and fall in love with it all over again, because you just never know what show will bring you that. And it took a backyard show for me to appreciate that. And I think sometimes I get lost in this whole followership and viewership and having numbers and having statistics and not realizing that people still see you. People know your talent. People know your comedy, and it will come. What is for you is for you. And it's okay. And it's okay to doubt yourself sometimes, but you got to get back up on that horse and know what is for you is for you. And so I do want to shout out Brandon Bulkey. Thank you so much for including me in this show. And I had a good time, and your audience was phenomenal. Everybody was amazing. And I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I loved the vibe, the feel, the material. It was everything. And it just did so good for my mental and just making me feel good, because I struggle being a comic in Kansas City. I'm like, I don't think any of the comedians know me, and they don't, I'm like, do y'all, hey, what's up? Do you know me? Can we hang out? Can we be friends? But then they do. We're here. We're a community that we rock together. We have some, grievances and misunderstanding, but we always kind of find our way back into the love and the art of comedy and each other. So I am thankful for that moment, but let's get into this funny story, y'all. One time I was at an open mic at the Improv in Kansas City, and so when you go to open mics, it's very competitive. Like you want to be first on the list. There's like 30 comedians, you want to be at least in the first 10, and it's like a wrestle for that, like a mental tussle, because you never really, like, it's not like we can fight over the paper and the sign-up sheet. There's like a mental tussle with that. And so to be first, to be second, third, fourth, fifth, 10, whatever. Anyways, I'm at this open mic, and like I said, this is the Improv open mic, so it's very competitive. You want to get on that improv stage, you want to stick out. And so there was a young guy. I did not know him. I wasn't familiar with him, but he got on stage, and at open mics, you're given like 5 to 7 minutes. And when I say he was on minute 13, and I was like, y'all should go beat him up, because he's eating the mic up. Like it's still like 40 other comics. that have to go. But then it just got strange. Like his set went into a space where it was no longer funny. It was like, he needs help. He needs some milk. Like, what is going on? And it's like we literally watch someone have a episode on stage. And that is my biggest fear about comedy, that it's so ego driven that when do you notice that I'm not present? Like, this is not me. This is something else bigger than me. And I've never seen anything in this, like, I've never seen anybody have a breakdown like this, just in general, let alone on a stage. Now, keep in mind, this is real time. We're watching someone have a mental breakdown on a microphone, and you can't just go rip them off the stage. You can't just go be like, you know, be quiet. You know, you kind of have to let them live in that moment. Needless to say, after he was finally pulled off the stage, it escalated to the point where the police had to be called. And it was a very scary moment. And I've never seen that young man again. But I see sometimes that comedy can take people to a space that they are no longer present within themselves. So that's why I always tell my comics that I love dearly, you got to hold on to yourself before you get on this stage. Like, you got to be so sure within yourself before you give yourself to others. Because true story, as humans, we are conditioned to learn how to love other people and how to treat other people, but we're not conditioned to love ourselves. And we generally don't feel the need to fight and love ourselves unconditionally until we reach a hardship that pushes us in a space where we have to. So I always recommend, make sure your health, your wealth, and all of that is together before you get on stage. And that is my public service announcement today. Let's get lighter. Let's talk about some funny things on Netflix. I've been stuck in the house recently. Since I had dental surgery, all I kind of do is watch TV now and kind of linger in and out to kind of fight my pain receptors. I very much rely on laughter. I tell y'all, laughter has 7 healthy benefits, and we discuss them all the time. And one of them, it does help with your pain receptors. So a lot of y'all know, or a lot of y'all saw me posting about how I was laughing or been, you know, trying to dance through the house and just really fight, you know, all this pain. I couldn't, like, I don't like to take medicine. So for me, like, laughter would help, moving around, giggling, dancing, whatever. It just takes your mind off of it. And so that's what I did. I'm crazy. So Netflix has dropped some great gems, of course. They definitely have souped up and dropped some nostalgia for us. I don't know if y'all have been watching or streaming, but they dropped all 3 of the house parties. So if you're not at home getting it, you should. Also, they dropped The Nutty Professor and The Clumps, which is a classic. I mean, once again, you just, like, I love Eddie Murphy and everything he does, but, you know, The Nutty Professor was just kind of one of the first movies where we saw, you know, that character change and, you know, the multiple characters with one person, and just now going back on it and being older and looking at the different camera angles and just the artistry of it, like, it makes me appreciate it even more because it was really a one of its kind type of thing. I also watched Roscoe Jenkins, which, baby, I never realized how amazing that movie was. First of all, the cast was phenomenal. Like, I haven't seen a good, I guess Coming to America too had a huge cast and a huge comedic presence. But like going back and seeing these movies where you had literally like 10 to 15 comedians in it, and it made, like, you knew half of the script was improv. Like, you could feel it, you could see it, but like Roscoe's, it was lovely watching it because it was like a Black National Lampoon's Vacation movie. Like, it just was something for us, by us. So the nostalgia in that, the cast, and baby, first of all, Black don't crack. These people still look very, very good. Like, Martin Lawrence still looks good. Monique still looks good. Eddie Murphy still, I mean, the whole cast, everybody just looks amazing. So all I'm saying is black don't crack unless you use it. Toot toot. Stop doing it. What else is going on? I'm just, like I said, I'm winging it today. My devices are running out of juice. Let me get a charger going impromptu. Okay, there we go. We're back. It's just a lot going on in the world. So with that being said, let's talk about some things that we should laugh at, but that we shouldn't laugh at, but are funny. Things that are currently going on in the current events of the world. We got a variant, y'all. We got another variant. We got Lambda, Mu, and Delta. So all I'm saying is if COVID-19 wanted to have a probate and they wanted Greek letters, they should have told us that. But yes, it's a lot going on. And I just never knew that we would be fighting about the non-vaccinated, vaccinated thing. It's weird. It's a strange place to be in. As for me and my house, we is vaccinated, shorty. I'm an 80s baby, and I've been trying to stress this to a lot of people. If you were born in 1980 something, you've been vaccinated. You've been vaccinated for something, okay? Hear me out. If you attended public schools, you were vaccinated. If you played a sport in middle school, high school, college, you were vaccinated. If you stayed in dorms, you were vaccinated. We've been Ninja Turtles. We are 80s babies. We've been vaccinated. So I never understood this whole, like, I just can't get poked. But you can drink margaritas, like you can drink twisted teas. Lord have mercy. It's just so strange to me. But like I said, I'm not gonna judge nobody. I'm not. If you choose not to be vaccinated, shorty, that's your will. But just know, to get up in the club, you might have to pull out that card. Let's get into it. I recently flown, and last time we talked about how the airports were just insane. They're packed, they're crazy. Flights are being canceled. And these memes have me rolling about the fact that they are now hiring for pilots, and they're talking about you can make it up to like $247 an hour. And hear me out, y'all. I think I want to fly a plane. I think I want to be a pilot because, baby, listen, these airports, it's out of control. I've always commended people for sleeping in the airport, but these people who have mastered like making pallets and sleeping on that floor, I'm a germaphobe. I couldn't do it. But I hope that we get this situation fixed because, honey, I got to go. I got to fly. My schedule is back open and I am ready to get out there, okay? And y'all have me nervous. You got people still trying not to wear masks and throwing fits on the plane, child. But this is pure entertainment. And sometimes I wonder, am I sick for being entertained by people's distress? Somebody let me know. Am I crazy? I don't know. They make movies about people's distress. I'm probably not the only person. But I'm just telling y'all, where the GD mask and hush, okay? Like, go home and complain about it later. But you gonna make it, boo. It's just like you're a Power Ranger. Pretend you're a superhero saving the world against your germs and your little funky breath, you know. That's all you got to do. That's it. Point blank, period. So let's move on. Let's talk about what's coming up in Kansas City comedy-wise. We got a lot going on. Y'all know we got 3 comedy clubs, which is super exciting. Shout out to the Kansas City Improv, the Comedy Club of Kansas City, and Legends Comedy Club. Let me run through their schedules real quick so I'm not rushing like I normally do. So let's go. Also, the Improv KC is back open and they're doing shows. They do require proof of vaccination, not to be confused with the Kansas City Improv. They have put that on their website. They do not require vaccination. One does, one does not. One is like improv, like group acting, charades, improv. One of them is just a stand-up comedy club and theater. So you got to get them together. If one more person called me and asked me, did they need a vaccination card for the improv? I'm going to bite you. All right, let's get into it. The Comedy Club of Kansas City has a jam-packed show coming for you this weekend. I'm super excited. They have been booming and booming and booming. I love this club. It's one of my favorite clubs to work at. Let's see what they have coming up. My internet decided to not work because that's what it does. So we'll get back to that. We'll get back to upcoming schedules and whatnot. Oh my OMG. I can tell you that Brad Williams will be at the Kansas City Improv September 17th through the 18th, as well as Donnie Baker, and he'll be there Sunday, September 19th. And then we got Kevin Nealon coming. Y'all are not a Kevin Nealon fan, you need to get on. He is hilarious. Also, he's just a great actor. He gives me life, and he's actually coming October 8th through October 9th. I'm super excited about that. That's my birthday weekend. Libra season's coming, y'all. So that is what's going on there. Give me a second to pull up this other schedule. I just don't know why my internet said, girl, stop it. You don't even want this job. But also, I do want to shout out our highlighted comic of the month as well. I want to highlight this person because I just love everything she does. She is amazing. She's a beast on stage. Her charisma is phenomenal. Like, she will make you listen. It could be the East Coast accent, or it just could be she's hilarious. But I do want to shout out D-Lo out of Baltimore. She's amazing. Go look her up. Go follow her on social media under Red Cup D-Lo. She's an amazing comic. You'll love her. She's a comic and hilarious. Most importantly, hilarious. So let's get into a benefit of comedy, since none of the websites are working. Because once again, I keep stressing this mental health component and this happiness component. It's just the key to happiness is so important with anything you do. So let's get into why I feel that comedy and laughter is important. One, I can tell you I still got a whole bottle of opioids sitting in my house because I refuse to take them and be addicted, or even want to feel like I have to rely on, some type of prescription to get through pain, when I know my pain receptors are right up in here, baby. So let's talk about stress relief from laughter. A good sense of humor can cure all ailments, but you got to know there are some short-term benefits that'll help you in the long run with longevity of life and happiness. So one, and very important, it stimulates many organs. It stimulates your oxygen. You know what I'm saying? We got to breathe. And so you need that. That's important, especially with COVID. It's an upper respiratory issue, So you want to make sure that you are breathing properly, breathing correctly. And it also, like I said, laughter will help boost that intake of oxygen, which stimulates your heart and lung muscles, and it increases endorphins that are released by your brain. It also can activate and relieve your stress response. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is you can sit over here and numb your whole ranking yo all day, or you could just ha ha ha, LOL, LMAO. You know what I'm saying? All it does is help cool down your stress response. So before you go to breaking Xboxes, sis, laugh at that man, okay? Relax, relate, release. It soothes tension. Laughter can stimulate circulation and muscle relaxation, which means that's why you don't need the pills. You don't need muscle relaxers. You don't need Tylenol. You just need laughter. Both can help reduce physical symptoms of stress. Now get the ibuprofen for the swelling, though. Also, pineapple juice. I just found out that pineapple juice definitely does help with swelling. It was a godsend for me. So I'm just saying, try it. All right, I'm back. Let me get this schedule popping. So the Comedy Club of KC, they have the 10 Foil Hat podcast coming. I love Sam Tripoli. He's hilarious. He's funny. These conspiracies, honey, child, get into it. Make sure you check it out. They also, September 17th, have Jeremiah Watkins coming, and they also have Clayton English, which I am super stoked and excited for it. He's just, I mean, he's a comic of all comics, man. He's hilarious. I love him. As well as we got Brian Potion coming back in November. So I know y'all are very excited about that. I'm excited. So keep tuned. It's a lot of cute things going on. Legends Comedy Club also has some great shows coming up. They have Melanie Camacho coming back. I love her to death. Make sure you check out that show. As well as they just had Tim Bay. I heard that was phenomenal. I heard it was a pack house. I love Tim Bay. I love Keisha Hunt. I'm huge fans of them. So make sure y'all check them out. They are on tour right now and they are tearing it up. Like literally, they are in a different city every other day and I stand for it. So make sure you check that out. And let's get back into this show. We done highlighted our comic. We done did upcoming shows. Lord, I'm just breezing through this timeline pretty fast. It's different when I'm on here by myself and I don't have anybody to talk to. It's weird. But I do, I'm super excited. I do want to let y'all know I'll be headed out next month to the Midwest Queer Comedy Festival. Shout out to Dwayne Duke. I'm super excited about this. It's in Cleveland. I've never been to Cleveland. So it's going to be a sightseeing experience for me and just trying to talk to strangers because I know I don't meet strangers. I make lifelong friends. So I'm super excited about that and just excited that these festivals are still happening. I recently spoke with Joanna Briley, who is the creator of the Black Women in Comedy Festival out of New York, and just some of the things that they are putting together for 2022. I'm excited. I'm so excited for them and just everything that has happened with this festival. This festival went from being pretty much in like on a strip of Brooklyn. It was just on a block. We have multiple locations within like a 3 to 4 block radius. And now it's throughout it's New York. Like everybody in the city knows about this festival and it is now at major comedy clubs as well as these smaller venues. So I just love seeing these festivals boom. I know Memphis Urban Laughs Comedy Festival is coming soon in October. Shout out to Miss Latoya Polk. Her and the comedy joint it's been rocking and booming. I see that she's brought in a lot of shows. And what I love about her is that she's given a lot of us comedians the opportunity to come in and headline and do our thing. And I think that's so awesome when comics give other comics the opportunity to rock their stage. So shout out to Latoya, shout out to everybody in Memphis kicking butt. I'm so excited for your festival. I'm just so excited to see the awards show because every year that is the highlight of the festival. And I just love that she pours into her local comics and gives them something to look forward to and has essentially given them a space, a nationally recognized space to go ahead and practice and work on their craft. So shout out to them and just shout out to all our comedy club owners. I see there's a lot of clubs opening back up and I see some clubs are new. Some are old, some are being revamped, some are, new names, some of them are relocated, and I love it. I just love that comedy is here. Comedy rooms are booming in Kansas City right now. We have several open mics, several rooms, several spaces. Shout out to Barrel of the Bottoms. Shout out to everything they do in comedy. Shout out to all of the places and spaces that are having us right now and letting us host these open mics. It has been epic. Sometimes I feel like Kansas City is like a little baby New York because you're going to catch a show. You're going to catch a mic, honey. So we have a lot going on in our community as comics, and I just hope that we stay fruitful. I hope that we stay happy. And most importantly, I hope that we stay healthy because that is important. We are kind of risking our lives out here right now to make y'all laugh because y'all don't care about the mask. Y'all be like, take a picture with me. Take off the mask. I'm like, girl, that was what it was for. It was to protect you. So yes. Comedy is booming and blooming in Kansas City, and I'm super stoked and excited. I guess I should give y'all some of my upcoming shows and whatnot and what I am doing out in these streets. I'm super excited. September 24th, I will be hosting Amir Wang's album release party, Boobies and Tequila. I'm so excited. I'm super excited. It's been a long time since I hosted a concert. So I'm just super excited for the energy. She is a phenomenal performer and her energy is bananas. So I just pray that little old auntie can match it. I'm excited. I'm excited for her album release and just everything that she does. Like, she is artistry. So make sure if you have not got your tickets, you should get them, because you're about to see a whole nother side of Janell that you've never seen before as a host. And I am excited for it. Also, what else is coming up for me? You know what? I'm sleepy. I didn't really sleep this weekend. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know. I don't know. And I'm drawing a blank. Besides Amira Wang's album release, you can also September 23rd, catch me in the Rochester Fringe Festival. I'm super excited. I'll be headlining that night and it is virtual. So you can catch it online. And then later on that night, if you are in Kansas City, I will be headlining at the Rhino for all my Northland friends. Come out, come see me live and in living color. It'll be fun. I promise you, I will not disappoint. And the lineup is amazing. One of my faves is on the lineup, Brittany Tillander. So anytime we get together, baby, it's a part. Hey, so I'm super excited about that. What else? It's some things going on. I know I'll be working with the Kansas City Theater soon for a project. I'm super excited about it. If you want to book me for your Halloween functions, I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm spectacular ready. And I'm with it. I got costumes. I'm ready. I'm all about cosplay. So those are upcoming things, and I'll keep y'all posted. I'll post upcoming schedules and whatnot and all of that jazz. Let's see what else is going on up in the street. Also, make sure y'all check out Harley's Hideaway. They'll be having some upcoming shows coming up. They're bringing comedy every week, and it's amazing. It's a cute little spot. I don't know if that's Shawnee Mission. I don't know. I feel like it's Shawnee Mission, but then I'm not familiar with the area. But it's a cute spot. I love it. Check out Brandon Bokey. He's going to be producing some great content and shows in his backyard. And it's not your average backyard. It's very cute. It's giving me like outside theater. So it's amazing. I think you should check it out. We everywhere. We literally everywhere. And I'm just saying, as a comic, you can book me for anything. I will host and MC a baby shower, bar mitzvah, and wedding. I'm also an officiant. I will marry you. I will also counsel you. It's a lot of things I can do with that title, in that credential, but I ain't gonna push it. I will marry you though. But comedy is we back, baby. We back. The world shut down, but we never stopped. And I loved it. So just make sure you check out everything that's going on and support your local comic. Send them a $5 cash app. Come to a show. But what you won't do is you won't call a comic or text them before a show and tell them you can't make it. That's rude. Don't do that. That'd be killing our self-esteem. Y'all got to stop doing that. Plus, we were looking for you in the audience anyway. I probably shouldn't have said that on the radio show, but Mr. Walker don't stop me from saying stuff. So, but I'm super excited. We are going to be going back into the studio soon from what I hear. I'm just so thankful that KUAW has given me a space and allowed me to do this from the living room, live from the living room every Monday, every third Monday. I'm sorry, second Monday. See, I'm out the loop. I don't even remember. Is it second or third? It's second. It's second. He working on me. But I'm just so happy that we're able to do this and keep this going. I want to bring y'all more content. I want to bring y'all more comedians because if anything, I just want to showcase some of the phenomenal comics that I have met throughout my journey, because not all of us are on TV. Not all of us are, popping. Not all of us have 1 million followers. Some of us are very, very funny and actually in your backyard. And you didn't even know it. Every time I walk in my building, I be wanting to tell my neighbors, y'all don't even know y'all live with the ghost of Richard Pryor. Y'all are just so selfish. But for real, comedy is everywhere. And if you ever thought about being a comedian, just do it. Just try it. Go to an open mic. I recommend it. But don't go to 6 of them and then call yourself a professional, because that's not how it works. Because the last person who did that ran for president, and you saw what happened with that. Yeah, don't. Everybody ain't qualified, everybody ain't able, but be a vessel. Go to an open mic, and try it out. Try it out. Step behind the TikTok though. Don't rely on TikTok. You just can't be out here saying I'm on TikTok and I'm a comedian, because that's two separate things. You're a content creator. So with that being said, we're gonna wind this thing on down. I do want to let y'all know that I'm out here. I'm telling jokes. You can book me. Please contact me at Miss Janell Banks at gmail.com, or you can go to www.missjustlaugh.com. That's MISSJUSLAUGH. Also, you can catch me on the Michael Collier Morning Show, which is super exciting. I'm excited about that as well. And that's all virtual. So you can come to things virtual or in person. And if ever you feel like I can't sit in that comedy club with all them people, that's Journey. Call me, girl. I'll come to your house and tell these jokes. Just bring some snacks and refreshments. That's important. I must have snacks. I don't need my blood sugar to get low. But anyways, I'm so thankful y'all have tuned in. I feel like I'm wrapping up a little early, and is that okay? It's okay, because I'm winging it. I gotta have more guests. This is new. I am fresh off the plane, and I'm multitasking. I'm at work at the same time and trying to babysit my niece. So it's a lot. It's a lot. As comedians, I say we wear a lot of hats, and I'm just glad I don't sell drugs because it's illegal. But I keep trying. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in on the Comedy Power Hour. This has been another great episode. Thank you for the Music and More Foundation for always giving me a platform to be myself and just laugh with y'all. We'll be back next month in October, Libra season. And it's going to be October 11th, which is the day after my birthday, which means if you come to the show and you stream it, you got to give me a gift, because I like gifts. But yes, make sure you come in and tune in. And thank you so much. This is another episode of the Comedy Power Hour. I'm your host that does the most, Janell Banks. Shout out to Mr. Walker on the other side, providing the Wi-Fi and the wires to make this work. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Bye-bye.